Still cruising along our summer road trip here through California's legislative process. Here's where some of the most talked about bills stand. So SB 79, this is the transit-oriented housing bill. This means that California can override local zoning laws to build high-density housing near transit stations. It's about halfway to the governor's desk, but it did receive 13 no votes on the Senate floor. Let's move on to AB 84. This would establish the Office of the Education Inspector General to oversee charter schools. This bill passed the Assembly and it cleared the Senate Education Committee, then was sent back to the Appropriations Committee. This one's moving forward, but it is being closely watched and it's also being revised. It's gotten a lot of publicity as of late. SB 712, this is Leno's Law. This is moving with very little pushback. This is better known as Leno's Law, and it would remove smog requirements for cars that are 35 years and older. So no more yearly visits to get your car smogged if you've got that Civic you've been driving since 1990. Then we've got AB 1127. This would ban the sale of certain Glock-style handguns. It's also moving right along, but with a bit more opposition than anticipated for a state like California. Opponents of the bill think that this violates federal law and sets precedents for lawmakers to restrict guns that they don't like. So these are just some of them. I'll have more online. But for some of California's most powerful bills, they don't really start out like that. They start out like this, totally empty with no details. They're called spot or intent bills, and lawmakers introduce them with placeholder text, like it is the intent of the legislator to enact a legislation on whatever it is, education, climate, taxes. Critics say that it keeps the public in the dark, but lawmakers are they using these bills to hide things? That's sort of where I was wondering, why do we do this? Or do we do it just to speed things along? But I spoke with somebody, he's a law professor, his name is Chris McKaylee, and this is what he told me.
Legislators or the groups behind their bill may think that they're perhaps gaining some advantage, but really in today with everything on the internet, that notion that you can, get ahead of the opposition or something is perhaps overplayed.
So McKaylee does think that we don't need to be so concerned with spot bills or intent bills. The legislative process is very long. People can get a coalition together if they don't think that something should move through. But there is a bigger thing that deserves attention. While lawmakers introduce thousands of laws and bills every session, they rarely look back to see if the laws already on the books are working. And he says that is a very, very big missed opportunity.
I think the California legislature is too focused on making new laws or amending existing ones, and that they should equally focus time and effort, particularly on oversight and investigation. We have over 200 state agencies and departments in California. And those need regular oversight, and that is the other core function of the legislature.
So my conversation with him was fascinating if you're a nerd like me and you want to know how things get done. So that's what we're going to look at in this next stop on this summer series. How many agencies does one state really need, and what do our lawmakers think? So with just weeks left in this year's session, we will keep tracking what's new and what lawmakers might be overlooking.